Hello everyone, Daniel Kerr here. So recently I showed you how to create a techno rumble. I am creating some techno for an after party this weekend, and I showed you how to do it in Ableton Live as part of my process. There are lots of videos online about creating a techno rumble in Ableton or other DAW. But I just wanted to show you, I'm going to make some techno on the Akai Force using only the Akai Force stock plugins. I actually might throw a key group in there later or something, but I'm going to show you how to get a good techno kick with a rumble first, and then we're going to build some techno around it. My friend recently was like, you need to definitely have a jam at the end of every video. Like, we love to hear you talk, but we really want to hear you play music. So I will be playing some music at the end. Let's get started. Right off the bat in the matrix, I'm going to change this to 129. I love a slower tempo for techno. First, I'm going to load drums, and we're going to go ahead and load a kit. Let's just look down until we see a genre. Ibiza house, is that it? Lo-fi main room kit. Okay, let's try excursion. Yeah, I don't even need to listen to these previews. Let's go to note. Hey, that's perfect. Actually, that's even perfecter. I thought I caught it in time. Okay, now, just like you would do in a DAW, we're going to basically wash this thing out with echoes and kicks and then filter it and make it mono. Mixer, effects. Let's add, should we start with a reverb first? I think we'll start with a delay. Let's mess with the time a little. Now, often with delay, we want to stay away from the triplets, right? Depending on what you're doing, but that's not the case for this, right? So let's just check it. Okay, that's a good setting. And then let's add some reverb on top of that. And let's turn down the mix a little and mess with the size of the reverb. Okay, and then we'll add a filter last. When I say last, we'll probably add some more effects, but only once it's in a drum program. Okay, we have a rumble. Let's give it some drive. Okay, that's pretty heavy. Now, let's go to the clip and let's get rid of these three. Shift and delete. Hopefully you're seeing my screen. Hopefully I'm not moving too fast. Okay, now listen. Okay. It's just kind of letting it all hang out there. Now we're gonna save. And we're going to save this clip as audio, okay? We're going to save the clip name, yes, export. Now we want to go to, in this case, my Phoenix sample pack, because this is going to be included along with everything else I've been doing. We're going to go to projects, and in here I have Techno 1, 2, 3. I guess we'll call it Techno 4. We'll make a new folder. Techno 4. And then in here we'll call this the rumble. Let's get rid of all these effects for one thing, okay? And go back to the main kick, okay? And then let's add a drum program, okay? Now, we want to load, we want to copy that clip. Let's go into sample edit And in here, let's process this. Double click down here at stereo to mono, and it's going to name it Rumble 1. So let's do that. Then let's go back to our drum program and let's change this to Rumble 1 so it's in mono. Now listen. All right, now that it's in here, we can do some other things with it. Let's go back to the matrix and let's copy the original drum track on another track, and then let's move it back over so they're together. Okay, and let's delete that clip. Okay, and now from here let's add some hats. Okay, techno, right? The key to good techno is 1 or maybe 2 bar loops with long evolving changes, right? So you're going to avoid, like, unless it's in a breakdown part or something, you want to avoid 4 or 8 bar loops with lots of changes. In the pounding drops, you want this kind of stuff. So let's go to mixer. Let's add some effects onto the that sounds pretty banging. Okay, now notice. Let's turn off the rumble. Okay, now let's turn off the hi-hats for a moment. And one thing we need is some ducking, right? Now there are a couple of ways to go about this. We can actually use the mother ducker and we can duck the rumble with the original kick, or we can, in the effects, go ahead and add, is it in dynamics, the pumper? Yeah, we'll try the pumper. Let's stop everything. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Let's look at the pumper settings. Depth, it was at 80%. Let's change it to about 90. Let's mess with the attack. Okay, our speed with the release shape. Maybe down to about 5, right? The release. Okay, sounds good there, but let's give it some boost. Let's add a limiter. And we can turn it down. It's reducing pretty hard now. But we can turn it down. Whoops. Okay, with the original, let's go to the envelope and let's turn it down a little. There we go. Maybe give it a little convex envelope shape. Okay, so it's Sunday night. Everything that you watched was from days ago. The party last night, after party, was amazing. The party before was amazing. The thing is that I was unable to use the Force, okay? You'll see why when I demo what I was going to demo in this video. And the music is good, but you'll see that with the Force slaved to the looper, that the Force lost MIDI and stopped twice. So you'll see when this occurs, right, during the performance. It's too bad. The music was good. I didn't even plan any of this music at all. I just hooked up the Force and hooked up like a home keyboard from the 80s, the Yamaha PSS 380, and I hooked up the Boss RC505. Now, the Force has always done well for me when slaved to the RC505 before, and I know some people are like, oh, the Force doesn't like to be a slave, it's got to be a master. Well, guess what? If you pay that much money, I bought mine brand new, okay, not discounted like they are now, and when you pay that much for something, it should act as the slave or the master. It should work flawlessly, but it didn't. And so I couldn't use it. I used the ESX and some other gear. And you know what? I recorded those sets. I'm going to upload those because they're bangers. But anyway, check out what goes on here and you'll see how things work. And you'll also see, especially for my techno sets, why having an RC505 is integral for my performance. Anyway, I love you guys and I pray that you're absolutely blessed.